Peter Quill, what does killing two birds with one stone signify?
You mean solving two problems with a single solution?
Ha! I knew it! There are no birds on nowhere.
Depends if Shi'ar count. Saw a few of them last time.
Welcome.
I need to
Hello?
clear my mind. This book is not helping.
If you need a recommendation, I just finished the World Mind's post-mortem on ineffective planetary scale battle tactics of the Galactic War.
What part of this would help clear my mind?
None. It's very upsetting to read. Maybe we should check other Novacore stations to see
Sorry,
if
I
they're
was
all
just
right.
checking.
You wanna check out Novacore, you do it after we get to nowhere.
Okay.
We should avoid making the rodent angrier.
Why? He's cute when he's angry.
Perfect dodge.
Done and done. Oh, and before I forget, Flark you. That's done. Thank Flark.
Come on. This is the axe. Says. This is.
Not so sure about tooth cleaning tablets. Manual brushing is where it's at.
This is the bathroom. This is my room. Okay.
Hey, guys? What's up?
Nothing at all, Quill. Not a thing.
Something wrong with Groot?
Nope. He's just defoliating. Seasonal thing.
Come on, I know you're lying. You guys are planning something.
What we do ain't none of your business.
Can't we just talk about it?
Talking ain't worth scut if you don't put your money where your mouth is.
Things are gonna get better, I promise. We'll fix it.
Just like you promised before Seknarf. Leave us alone, Quill.
Yes, I have the costumes. What costumes I had for Groot? Groot. Oh, this is original design. Ooh. This was from 2015. This is the movie costume. Let's keep the movie costume for him. Or not movie costume, but the original. Drax will keep his shirt on.
Can't believe Quill's such a bootlicker. What's with his obsession with bending over for Novacore? Respect them, please. All the blue flak nards know how to do
Okay.
it. Arrest people trying to make a
Who
living
is
and slap them
using
with
the
scut-plugging
flex?
fines. Nope, it's that simple, and Quill still wants to pay up. After all we've done for him.
Assassin, you believe the events
What is
unfolding aboard
playing?
the Rock
Oh.
qualify as a mutiny, correct?
So Star-Lord.
Pretty obvious to me.
Even if the officers who rebelled were under the influence of a mysterious force.
Doesn't really change that they rejected Nova Corps orders and started killing their shipmates.
I find it repulsive.
So those coordinates.
They're in your console.
Got it.
Got it. Let's go.
Nowhere, here we come.
Okay, sit tight.
Nowhere.
Mining commercial.
Last spaceport on the edge of the known universe and home to the best black market deals you can find.
And surprisingly good noodles.
You ever wondered what kind of person found it was like, oh look, the severed head of a giant celestial being. Let's drill holes in it and live inside.
They wanted the brain tissue. Very rare, very valuable. The marketplace came after, along with noodles.
Gamora likes her noodles.
You are certain this Cosmo is trustworthy, Peter Quill?
Of course, he's chief of security.
And nowhere.
And as such, probably deals in Nova Corps all the time. Trust me, he's gonna want to know about the Rock.
What are they doing back there?
Shenanigans, likely.
See you never, flark bags!
Are Rocket and Groot, did they really leave?
Yes.
It looks like it.
Do we know where they went?
You're the last one who talked to them.
Yeah, Rocket seemed pissed off.
Let's go.
At least you're still here.
I wouldn't want to miss your meeting with Cosmo.
Fine, whatever. We'll talk to Cosmo and then we'll go out and have a good time.
You think Cosmo will actually believe us?
Like I said, we go way back. Plus, he's probably already heard about what's happening. All we do is confirm the rumor. Maybe he'll even give us a reward.
I will take this. Oh, I never scanned Milano.
Spaceport seems busier than normal.
War always moves the poor to the frontiers.
The Galactic War was over 12 revolutions ago, and we're still waiting through the fallout.
Some wounds heal, while many scars remain.
Ooh. So I'm just checking the aliens.
I can't wait to see the rift. It's this vast abyss
There.
What about Rocket and Groot?
What about them? They left. What am I supposed to do? Chase them down and beg them to come back?
You could apologize.
That's your advice.
Collect.
The apology does not need to be sincere.
Then what's the point?
I guess if we ever see him again. Big if, by the way. But if it happens, then maybe I might think about it. Anyway, once we let Cosmo know what's happening out there, we'll have more time to think about what to do with Rocket.
If Rocket doesn't come back, we'll need a contingency plan for getting rid of the Nova Tracker.
Why? We have not yet spent our ill-gotten gains.
We could still pay the fine.
But we'd have to go all the way to New Xandar to do it. What if we get there and it's compromised too? There's gotta be someone shady enough in the market to help.
Maybe. But Cosmo deals with Nova Corps all the time. Maybe we can pay the fine through him.
Place gets sketchier by the shipment.
Have you had dealings with this Cosmo murderess?
We've circled back to that name, have we?
It's a statement of fact. You are by trade an assassin.
And you're a convicted serial killer. Your hands aren't exactly clean.
I washed them before leaving the ship.
Can I go?
How do we find this
Thank you.
Cosmo?
We head to his tower on the far side of the market. That's where he keeps an eye on things. Hey there. I need to talk to Cosmo. He in his tower?
Should be. You know the way? It's straight through the market. You can't miss it.
I am very paranoid that I will miss a good costume if I go straight down.
Good to see Cosmo again. I guess I kind of missed the old boy.
How exactly do you know him?
Was he also a prisoner of the Chitauri?
Nope, we met right here. Back when I was in the Ravagers.
Dishonorable killers and thieves.
The Ravagers actually did some good during the war.
Even the mangiest of mutts will behave. It befits them.
Anyway, Cosmo sniffed out a scheme me and Yondu had cooking. He threatened to throw the both of us in jail.
I've heard he keeps things on a pretty tight leash.
He does. But it turns out we're both from Earth, so he gave me a second chance. Keep an
Hello.
eye on your things. These kooks are a bit hands-on, if you know what I mean. There were people who claim to be able to see the future, sure.
I've encountered them. Strange that's one of the things most galactic cultures share.
That
Okay,
and
where
walking on
was
two
the
legs.
there?
I always imagined aliens would be more alien.
Any word on your...
What's
They say
this?
to know the future is to know madness.
Jukebox.
I had my fortune told at the fair once. She said my future would be a roller coaster ride.
Looks like she was right.
Guess so, but at the time I just went and rode the roller coaster.
Do you mind? You're making me uncomfortable. Your planetary chakras are very unaligned.
I'm really sorry.
You must be mistaken. I'm doing great.
I'm desperate for answers.
Soothsayers on Katath were unable to
I'm
predict
just
the
checking
supplies.
everything.
No one could predict what Thanos would do.
Mad Titan will pay for everything that he has destroyed.
He's gone, Drax. His death helped end the war.
You are his adopted daughter. You believe that?
I didn't. Not for a long time. But if Thanos was still alive, he'd have come after me by now.
Mantis.
Nexus, what are you...
Do you still have those suicidal urges?
What? No?
And you thought joining a team would be bad for you. Hi. Sunlord, right? Is it Rockstar?
It's Star-Lord.
Hey, that's right. I forget which version of you I've met. Did you do the thing yet?
What is the thing she is referring to?
No idea.
What?
Hi, I don't know if we've met yet. I'm... No. It's not... Oh. No, he's lying! I mean... Oh. By the Kotati root, the broken promise of all we meant.
Now I'm lost. Sadly, I know Mantis version from the movies.
Oh, hey, Gamora! You look less depressed.
Thanks.
Don't worry. It's always weird the first time.
Celestial Madonna!
Hello.
Guys.
You should not be in this place.
Actually, I'm exactly where I need to be. I think. No. Yes, this is where I need to be. Or needed to be. And needed, yes. Wait, why are you here?
You cannot keep leaving the sanctuary. It's not safe. There are rumblings in the galaxy.
When aren't there rumblings in the galaxy? Yuck, okay. If you're gonna keep making that face. It was nice seeing you again, Gamora. Star Guy? Green Meanie? Okay.
So, Gamora, you and Mantis seem close.
We've met.
Okay.
Okay.
Being evasive, woman.
Wait, woman? That's the nicest thing you've ever called me.
Anyone ever tell you you're an open book?
Hardcover or paperback?
I just meant Mantis mentioned a few things.
Mantis says a lot of things. They don't always make sense. Until they do.
That insect woman was odd. I understand your reluctance to discuss her.
Mantis is strange, but she means well. I think she does, anyway.
Just had her reading.
Sorry, I'm just taking in all the aliens.
You seem to know the insect woman, Peter Quill, even if she could not remember your name.
Last time I saw her, we were sharing a prison cell, except she said she was there on purpose.
Sounds like Mantis.
She's got some serious moves, regular ninja.
Hello.
So, you want us to bring them back here?
Not necessary. Transport will be waiting once you've captured the target.
That'll work. We'll be in touch. Let's go, Groot.
What's the big idea, man?
Think you got me confused with somebody else, pal.
Come on, Rocket, let's talk about this.
Can you believe this guy?
You can't just quit. We need you.
Oh, well, I don't need you. Find some other sucker to keep your shit together.
You're more than just...
I know that blonde mop anywhere. Itaquil.
Actually, maybe we can stick around for a bit.
Last time I see you, you was running away from Mordilia. With your britches off and done.
Get ready for a fight.
I'm always ready.
What the? I don't know what's going on here, but I thought we was friends, Ita. Or did you forget about me?
What? No. Man, who could forget a face like that? This is great. This is bad. This is really bad.
Remember, Ita, you and me, Storm Riders, together till the end.
What is he talking about?
Oh! It's a song, right?
It is.
Of course it's a song. The one that was playing when Peter and me made our unbreakable blood oath.
Oh no.
Breakable blood oath? That is a serious commitment, Peter Quill.
Oh, no, wait, of course, I remember. You, me, the music.
Tells you what, Peter. How about you and me? Storm ride together! One more time.
Here we go.
You wanted to sing a song.
Together till the end, gotta finish the fight. Cause this storm gonna rage till the end of the night. Come on, Lita! Together! Roaring like a hurricane.
Ride, storm,
The Storm Riders!
Storm Riders!
Storm Riders! Very nice.
Bartender, get me a cocktail stick. I need to poke my ears.
Come on, man.
What?
Let's sing the next line. More!
I don't know the song.
Together till the end, now we look to the sky. Lightning strikes twice, now it's on through the fly.
Through the rain.
Sing with me, Rita. Driving through the pouring rain. Ride the storm. Storm Riders. Storm Riders. Yeah. That's the spirit, Rita. Oh, come here.
Oh,
Come on.
For Clark's sake. Let's go, Groot.
You salvage the friendship you don't remember with the nipples.
You running the Ravagers now? I hear Yondu's doing time in the kiln.
me? Me? No, I got a new crew now. You? Still doing that, thing you do?
No, sirree. Novacor nabbed my partner on Molilia. But that's okay. I, got a new business partner now. Into animal husbandry, you can say. That ain't no animal gonna have no husbands after she's through with them. Which reminds me, I'd best be going.
Oh, really? That's too bad.
Well, listen, Peter. I want to apologize for almost shooting you.
Oh, you weren't actually gonna shoot me.
Oh, I would've right in the head.
Oh,
But that's not the way to treat a storm rider, is it? Right, so I got you this instead.
what is it?
It's a ticket for Collector's Emporium. Yeah, I bought it thinking I'd have time to go and check out the oddities.
Wow, thanks, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, my pleasure. And remember, ride the storm, storm ride, storm ride.
Okay. Bye.
Nice one, Peter.
Could have been worse. Where's Rocket?
The rodent left the bar once he realized you would not be
killed. Great.
Oh, that's too bad. That was the best thing and nerve-wracking thing that happened. There is a small box, apparently.
This place.
Yeah, on the house.
Really? Thanks.
On the house. What?
Least I can do. If you hadn't talked him down, I'd have to close up and get the biohazard demon to clean your brains off everything.
Right. Thanks, I guess.
Don't mention it.
The voice is crackling again. It's the music that's done it. Does it?
I thought I was going to spend the rest of the cycle cleaning Karen off of me.
Wow.
Can I
You've got some friends, Peter.
You
open
said it.
But at least you have
been
them.
approached, but
we just have a
apparently
moment?
not.
Tell the others and I slit your throat.
And there she is.
What does the Egghead reviews meant blows? Eggy noob. What does a fatally wounded Vroom and Mantro bar on Nowhere Station have in common? Both are in midst of a slow and painful death. Ouch. Do not get me wrong, loyal reader. I came to Nowhere on a mission, but even I, a connoisseur of dive bars and frog ridden watering holes, cannot be swayed to give a full skull to this galaxily lit den of thievery that has the audacity to call itself a bar. For a bar suggests that there is one by which to be rated against. If Montrose has a bar, it has sunk so low into the rotting celestial grey matter that it cannot, dare I say, will not be found again. Therefore, reader, I must caution you, drink at your own risk, lest you too be consumed by the slow entropy of irrelevance. A generous 0.5 out of 5555555 JKS JDNHN Ska.
Who were those men with the insect woman? I need to leave.
Something wrong?
It's not your business, Peter Quill. Do not wait for me.
What was that? Drax!
Watch it, Star-Lord.
Watch yourself, jerky bread guy! Can you believe that?
Ah! Now I'm lost. They all have left me.
Guess I'll go talk to Cosmo alone.
Collect this. Collector's Emporium. Collect this. Hello? Don't mind me. There was here.
my group was supposed to wait here for me, but they must already be inside.
He's waiting on me.
Okay, how do I look?
Amazing, as always. You're gonna kill on the dance floor.
I feel attacked.
Must be good. Look at the lines here.
I was there.
That im-
There is Imperius. Collector's Imperium.
Terran detected. Alter sales profile to 5R6 TF.
Step right up, step right up. Easy money.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Captain. Tired of reading the midway? Ready to try your luck, or is it skill? Couldn't be simpler. Find the ball, win the pariahs. What do you say?
This isn't one of those games where I have no chance of winning, is it?
Captain. Don't you know your onions, Captain? The good Bolshevik cleaned up the boardwalk. No grip, no grap, no cheats, no cons, no sir.
So I can win.
How about this, Captain? We play a friendly low-stakes game just to prove that I'm on the up and up. What do you say, Captain? What do you say?
Let's play.
Fine,
Fine, I'm in.
But don't try anything funny.
Not me, Captain, not me. I run my game straight as an arrow. See? The ball's in this cup. Now, keep your eyes glued as it moves. All right. The cups are set.
Middle.
The middle one.
Well, I'll be. You got it, Captain. Winner, chicken dinner. Congratulations. Got a sharp pair of peepers. Here's your winnings. See, my game's on the level and plumb true. A game of chance means you always have a chance to win.
Guess you're right.
Sharp as a tack, Captain. How about we play again? Maybe raise the stakes just a smidgen.
Start
One.
shuffling and get ready to pay out.
Oh, what confidence! That's what I like to see. Keep your eye on the cup with the ball. Here we go, Captain.
The
Middle.
ball's in the middle.
What?
Oh, no. That's too bad, Captain. Looks like you lose.
I was positive that's where the ball was.
The eyes play tricks. Sometimes the mind can't keep up.
Something tells me it's not my eyes playing tricks.
A nasty bob, Captain. Thanks for the lettuce. Have yourself a fine day.
Hey, wait! Come back here!
Ah! There goes my money. Nah. But it was still fun.
Dealer is back.
There is nothing here. Is there? Ah. I'm doing exploring. Can't get there. Upgrades available. Thank you for reminding. There's something there. But I can't get there yet. Or there is another way to go. There's something here. Ooh, found you. Thank you. Hello?
You got me.
God damn it.
Hey! This is turning into a real scut day.
Oh, scan. Okay. Spirit tree. Okay. What is this?
Maybe a gaudy bauble will make me feel better.
Purchase.
Might as well get something to commemorate the time my team ditched me. That's actually pretty cool. And buying it made me feel better.
I have a problem. I'm spending all my money. This is like real life. I'm spending all my money to buy the last, basically. I'm just exploring. This is fun. In that case, I actually want this to be open world. When I say open world, I don't mean like Ubisoft games. I mean like that you can come these places again. But I have a feeling you can't. So if there's something you didn't find, you have to. And again, where is... Aha. How...
What's that smell?
How can I get... Aha. Where is... Here?
That Emporium wasn't.
There's Collector's Emporium. Should I visit? Should I try to visit Collector's place? Should I actually try to visit there? Because I got the ticket.
Ah, welcome. You, lucky traveler, have arrived at the illustrious Emporium. Private collection of Tannelir Tivan. The premier exhibit of wonders in the galaxy.
How did you fit in there?
But not Mr. Tivan. He is so generous. He wishes to share them with the common people. Would you like to take a tour?
I'd love a tour. Oh, I have this. Think I get in for free, right?
Oh my, you must be a very important person. Mr. Tivan does not give these out very often. Please enjoy the Emporium.
Greatest collection of gifts.
Yes, I got in for free.
Commemorate your visit with the. Enjoy the wonders.
Thank you. What is this?
Kinda neat.
Hey! That is tall tall. The rock, flock of thunder. You might think this is the god of thunder transformed into a frog. It is actually a frog transformed into the god of thunder. One of several gods of thunder, to be precise. This tiny fellow packs quite a punch, matched only by his thunderous croak, captured after decimating an entire baboon fleet with one throw of his mighty hammer. Frog Yarnell. I selflessly bailed him out of prison and found him a permanent home here in my collection. If he tells you otherwise, do not listen, as guardians are known for their devilish pranks.
I don't get it.
Hide formula. Occasionally the Terran mind is capable of exceptional brilliance. Take Calvin Chabot, for example. To chemistry, Chabot believed he could push the human body beyond its accepted limits and create this potential. Upon imbibement, his muscular rapidly expanded, enabling his brutish alter ego, Mr. Hyde, to hold his own against some of Earth's greatest champions. Chapo now wastes away in a Terran prison, but I wasn't going to let his serum go to waste as well.
No way! How'd they get that?
Firelord's cosmic staff, burning with the intensity of a solar flare at each end. This artifact channels the power cosmic and has originally wielded by a hot-headed Herald of Galactus. Oh, its former owner, Firelord, once scourged the galaxy for the World Devourer's next meal. At some point, they must have had a falling out because I was able to procure this gorgeous implement of destruction for the low price of an entire planet. I would have gone as high as free. Gladly you didn't.
Dude, no way!
Snowbird's tiara. The tiara of Narnia, a mystical shape changer conceived to battle the great beasts menacing her homelands. Rebranded as Snowbird, Narnia fought alongside a team of superpowered Terrans named Alpha Flight. However, as a spiritual protector of her territory, she was unable to leave its borders, that is, without the device you see before you. I'm told its components were built from the very soil of Canada, which allows her to carry her home with her. Regrettably, she has not shown up to claim it, so it remains a part of my collection.
Fancy.
Monster from Planet X. This one hurts. I used to be in possession of the galaxy's last Flora Colossi, the sole survivor of Planet X's destruction. The enormous plant creature called itself Groot. Often during its escape, I was able to sever and retain a small piece of its wooden body. You may see a simple sprout. I see the potential to regrow my lost prize, though he will be far less precious with the original running loose. Oh.
Huh, interesting.
Raptor's amulet. The earlier strange fluid plucked from the Tree of Sorrows in null space. The sheer fraternity of raptors use these mysterious amulets to swap their biological bodies for cybernetic ones. With these sleek battlesuits, the raptor were gifted with rapid interstellar travel, extreme strength, resilience regeneration, and destructive energy blasts. I am told it will also tune you into the data zone, a type of shared consciousness. I do not like to share, so the amulet remains safely on display.
Oh, cool.
Blade of Igor. Igor. Perhaps Blade of Igor is a more appropriate describer since this divine weapon can be divided or reconfigured into multiple little instruments due to its divine liquid metal core. Before I was able to procure them, they were wielded by an angel from heaven, or was she an Asgardian? Queen of Hell? One thing is clear. Altref, Odin's daughter, Angela for short, used the blades of Igor to sever countless limbs from sinners and heathens across the galaxy. She would not hesitate to claim my own limbs, should she and her weapon be reunited. Queen of Hell has necroblades, I believe. So that's not Queen of Hell's.
Kinda neat.
Mandarin slings. 10 potent weapons, one for each finger, crafted from gems that once belonged to a mighty Makluan dragon race. It is said that each contains the soul of one legendary warrior, and each has a unique power. The real fun comes in combinations: darkness and extreme cold, or fire and blinding light. Perhaps a lightning-filled vortex. Disintegrate a foe while controlling their mind. Blow them up and then put them back together. The Mandarin was not eager to part with these rings, but my hired help was able to take them off his hands. Look what we have here.
Oh, cool.
Cosmic Cube. What if you could wish for anything? This Cosmic Cube would bend reality itself to make it so. It is perhaps the most important part of my collection, as I have used it to secure each of my artifacts in protective pocket realities. You may look, but you have no hope of ever touching it. I will not wish more from it because it whispered to me with the voices of past owners, including one of a particularly infernal temperament. I am content to admire from afar.
I don't get it.
Eye of the Watcher. This oversized orb is the plucked eye of a Watcher, one of the universe's oldest and most powerful races. Their decision to intervene on behalf of less advanced worlds once resulted in great catastrophe, so they have taken a permanent vow not to meddle in our affairs. Apparently somebody meddled in theirs, presumably to harness the Watcher's incomprehensible powers. It is safe for now in my collection. Content to return your curious gaze. Does it see you back, I wonder?
No way! How'd they get
Cans.
that?
Very good question. Cans time, sir. Every little about this, sir, and the man who sat in it is soaked in temporal anomaly. Don't worry, I've had it thoroughly cleaned. Constructed by a scientist from the far future, this magnificent device allowed him to pull the violent legacy stretching backwards and forwards across time, calling himself Can the Conqueror. His time stream manipulation united thousands of alternate Cans, who created warring councils of Can. I was able to procure this device after two Cans killed one another. Finders keepers. I think that is basically happening in the Loki right now. Because there was, if I correct me if you know better, but Can was founded a way to cross the timelines, but the problem is one, there were also Cans who had the same ability and they were not so nice, let's say. And that happened in the Loki that they tried to keep the one timeline safe. Actually, that also gives them opportunity to create that it's basically kind of the Prime universe. Hello. Thank you.
Fancy.
Cagliostro's book. Il libro of Cagliostro. Also light of the dawn, but beware not to speak the forbidden words within lest you summon extra planar fiends. This legendary spellbook is a trove of miraculous magic, unspeakable curses, and unthinkable peril. Mine is more than just a copy, spawned directly from the original in some weird self-preservation ritual. You could say that I safeguard the backup copy. Should the original ever tear a hole in reality itself and wink out of existence?
Huh, interesting.
Ooh. It's easy to underestimate the raw power of this relic due to its minuscule size. Frogjonel is said to be an unintentional gift from the Asgardian god of thunder, or rather his goat, whose errant hoof struck chipped off a tiny piece of Mjolnir's own hammer. Although I'd rather have the full-sized Mjolnir in my collection, Frogjonel did grant its pure powers identical to Thor himself. It is also ridiculously adorable. Even with height forma, I cannot lift it. Blood Queen.
That's not good.
You see before you the deadliest specimens taken from Blood World, an infant queen embryo extracted from her unfortunate host. Within that armored skull lies a fully developed predatory brain, eager to conquer us all and use our bodies as breeding grounds for her parasitic spawn. I assure you she is heavily sedated and quite harmless now, but please do not tap on the glass. Somebody tap the glass.
Dude, no way!
Jaka-alo, a legendary weapon added to my collection with the arrest of the Ravager Pirate Lord, Yondu Udonta. These deadly arrows can be propelled and directed to tear through enemy forces with specific visual pictures from its wielder. They, their opponents now know to aim for the mouth, or face with swift destruction from their nasty little tins. It is unknown whether races outside of the Kentucky can command such a device, but feel free to whistle at it and see what happens. I assure you, all are safe within these walls.
I don't get it.
Cosmic glasses. If you are see a relic before you, you're in luck. Occasionally a pair of lenses manifest eyewear that belongs to a powerful cosmic entity seemingly capable of being anywhere in the galaxy at any given time. He has appeared throughout history in multiple worlds, and I suspect he will continue to do so throughout the future as well. Though we do not know his motives, many believe this mysterious being has had profound impact on our galaxy. Excelsior! No, I will do this. Tällainen kuvakaappaus. No.
Kinda neat.
Hofun, Sword of Heimdall. Master crafted by the dwarves of Nidavellir. This Odin-blessed sword was gifted to his gatekeeper, Heimdall. Any card-wielder weapon is a masterpiece in one's collection, but Hofund possesses numerous magical talents, including the ability to open the Rainbow Bifrost Bridge to any of the 9 realms. A shame it's not in mint condition, but if you look closely, you may be able to spot the hate-filled bloodstains of Mangok and its broken blade.
Dude, no way!
Superhuman Legislation Act. Many of my visitors pass right by this simple document, but you have a keen eye. It is actually a prophecy transcribed in trance by the floating monks of Seknarf 5. One should take it as a warning since their prophecies are rarely wrong. This one speaks of a world where those gifted with powers fight amongst themselves, divided in a bloody civil war that will risk the destruction of everything they swore to protect. You may wish such a thing does not come to pass, but its value will increase exponentially if it does. I will cheer for this civil war. Nova-helmet. Richard Rider's Nova-helmet. Richard Rider, leader of the Galactic War Resistance and hero to countless races. The man so embodies the Nova cause that he rebuilt it from its ashes and chose Nova as his own moniker. Typically, I do not associate with law enforcement, but this relic was donated by Ryder himself. Just prior to his disappearance, you see before you his original helmet, which has a direct connection to the Xandarian world mind. Ryder claimed he upgraded to a new helmet with its own Nova Force reactor to make the world mind shut up. I think he enjoyed the idea of them babbling away in some stupid museum. Delightful.
No way! How'd they get
Ultimate
that?
Nullifier. Oh yes, the most destructive weapon in the entire universe, and I made it. Alone. From Galactus. In the hands of an immensely powerful being with an exceptional mind like Galactus. The Nullifier could detonate entire solar systems, even timelines. perhaps even reality itself. I have been entrusted with its temporary safekeeping. Though I hope the world devourer will forget he left it with me if I were to ever attempt to use it, he would instantly summon it back to himself. So feel free to admire the potential end of life as we know it, while it is still in my possession.
Commemorate your visit with a unique souvenir. Welcome to the Emporium gift shop.
Do you have anything good?
Hey there.
Greetings. I hope you enjoyed the Emporium. Would you like to purchase a souvenir? We have some very unique items.
Maybe. What kind of things do you sell?
Replicas of very rare items. Figures and effigies from lost civilizations. Objet d'art, in other words.
Figures. Like dolls? There's a member of my crew, a woman, who might like that kind of thing.
A boorish person might call them dolls. But that is neither here nor there. Tell me more about this person.
She, also likes swords.
Oh, not what does she like? What is she like?
Oh, distant and tough. But I think maybe there might be some squishy bits in her somewhere.
I believe I have the perfect item. What do you think? Would you like to make a purchase?
There is a problem.
Actually,
No.
she might kill me if I get her a present.
Some people do not appreciate the finer things. The greatest collection of
Question.
in the galaxy.
Can I come here again? That is the biggest question. Because I don't want to waste money because I need the 7,000. Excuse me? Okay, let's go talk to Cosmo. Was Cosmo this way? Yes.
I hope Cosmo's in the office.
Bridge closed. Go away.
Doesn't look closed.
Sisu. Nowhere security. Super official. Go other way. Ali.
I really need to see Cosmo.
Cosmo not in tower. He out there, Star-Lord. In alley.
Wait. How did you know my name?
Go. Or end up in Cosmo prison. You choose.
I'm very worried that he knew my name. I'm very worried that somebody will point me with a very pointy stick. Oh. Ooh. Pick 60 components. Hello?
Cosmo? You in here? Cosmo? Sure. Not weird at all.
Not weird at
Cosmo's
all.
definitely somewhere in this maze of rotting brain matter.
Northern perimeter.
Okay. Just gotta find Cosmo. Then I can deal with the team. If I can find them.
Are you afraid, Peter Quill? I'm a brute and near invincible. I fear nothing. You, however, will perish in this maze.
So this way.
Cosmo? That you? Oh, I hate mazes. Especially stinking brain mazes. Okay, dude. Deep breath. Deep breath.
No deep breath. You don't know how toxic this is.
Look at you, Flarkin' Hume. Bet you end up inside one of them processing machines.
Flark! So a heart attack.
Hello. So there is a component somewhere.
Cosmo! Cosmo!
There.
That's not good.
Look at what we got here.
Watch it, Star-Lord.
Correct and
And
Rosen.
what's a filthy scut-stained Terran doing out here, Rawson?
Hiding's what I think, Garrick.
Terrans always be hiding.
'Cause everybody knows Terrans are scrawny.
And good for eating.
If you're into that.
We might be into that. Except for the bounty.
Hey, guys. Wouldn't happen to know where Cosmo's office is, would you? I get the distinct feeling that you're looking for someone of the Earth persuasion. I get it, man. I get it. Us Earthers, we all look the same. It's not like you guys who very clearly look different.
Get to the point, Terran.
Actually, they
Point
look.
is I can help you find who you're actually looking for.
Terrans do all look the same.
Except this Terran's got a word on his back. Just like the bounty says.
What's that word on your back say?
I heart nowhere.
Or maybe it says Star-Lord. Either way. Get him!
The Blood Brothers.
We've been hired to clobber some Terran with words on his jacket.
Lots of people have jackets.
Yeah, but you're the one the lady wanted. So hurry up and die.
Lady?
Does Lady H want him alive?
Lady H, whatever Lady Hellbender's paying you, I'll double it.
No dice. You don't cross Lady H.
Triple. I'll triple it.
Yeah, now, Ron. Get drunk.
Would it help if I said I was sorry?
You shouldn't have messed with Lady H. Gonna snap him in two. More turn.
Oh, alright.
Don't we know each other? We're job on contraction, baby.
Lady H told us how much you babble. It's boot force time.
Okay. Yeah, time out. Woo! Heart is pumping. Guys, it's very clear that we're evenly matched here.
Ha! No, we ain't. We're completely invincible.
Oh, well, that sucks, but we're all professionals here, right? Right? Maybe we can work something out.
Peter, shoot now! We need to keep them separated.
Aha!
Draw them apart before shooting, Peter.
Put him up, Gamora!
Get the point? We need to split. We can't let them team up.
Knock him fly.
He's off his game. Let's knock him down.
Now's our chance! I knew you had my back!
Pain train's coming.
I knew something was up from the start.
Gonna be rich when we get paid.
Now's your chance, Gamora!
That armor comes out whenever they're close.
Alright.
Get back in. This whole thing was a setup from the start.
Who needs smart when I can just rot?
Deadliest woman incoming!
Time's up.
Oh no.
Miss us? I don't like teamwork when it's on the other side.
Face me!
I'm on it. Let's see how you two deal with a fair fight.
I will distract them, Peter Quill! They grow strong together! Let us split them apart!
Split them up, then attack.
They keep ganging up on me!
Never see it coming.
Ow!
All we need now is Rocket and Groot! What the?
Peter!
What is happening?
Hello, Cosmo.
gonna be sick. It's about these zombies that invade Earth, and then it's up to these kids that have to blow them away.
Of course you would remember that. And then I ask you if you packed your lunch and you give me a blank stare.
I'll be careful, Mom. I always am.
Not so fast. Before you go, there's something I want to talk to you about, something I want to give you.
$20?
Don't push it. Think of it as a long overdue gift from your father. It's upstairs on my bed. Go on and get it while I finish up in the kitchen. And we can open it together.
Now we are back to the past. Pette Choco.
Hey, Kubrick, buddy. No matter how long you wait here for Grandma and Grandpa, they're not coming back. Sorry.
Was it this? Nope. It was here.
I knew you wouldn't wait. Do you know what a birthright is, Peter? It's something that's a part of you. Like your name. Before your father returned to space.
Ugh, Mom.
I know it sounds crazy and that you've never believed me, but something has changed. And now more than ever, you need to trust me. And maybe this will help.
Whoa.
Easy there, cowboy. These belong to your father. I used to think he left these for our protection. But they might as well be paperweights. Still, if they're enough to convince you of who he really was, then maybe they're protection enough.
Protection from what?
Your father wasn't just from another planet, Peter. He was important. And important men have enemies.
What do you mean, important?
He was king. Of an entire world. Called Spartax. Far, far away. And he was a great leader. And the way you look after people, Peter, I know you're going to be just like him. But leading is never easy. Your father left to protect us. And for 13 years it worked. But now something's coming. I know we're being watched.
Mom, if you really wanted to play a game that bad, you could have just said so.
I hope I'm wrong, Peter. I really do. But being the son of a king on any planet means that you are going to have a target on your back for the rest of your life. And you're plenty brave. But you're gonna have to be smart too. Things may get messy. I'm gonna let Kubrick out. I'll be right back.
Sick. Oh shit.
No!
Let's save our mama.
flying. Aliens really exist. What are these things, Mom?
They're bad news!
Ah! I believe those are the shootouts.
Go. What the hell, buddy? What you doing there?
You scuts got lucky.
The word is murdered.
That's what he said. Sheesh, no use being pediatric.
Oh, crap.
Would kill a lot of you. Not you. Mr. Big Words. Nope. Lady H wanted you alive. Not too alive.
Well, then you have failed your mission. Miserably. Peter Quill. These lackluster bounty hunters claim Lady Hellbender hired them to kill us.
Hey, we ain't no slouches. We're part of a league now. No.
You said yourself she'd hunt us to the end of the universe.
I had hoped she'd send a monster, not these two.
We would have murderized you. But don't worry. There's more coming.
Did you hear that, Peter Quill? A silver lining.
Yeah, that's great, Drax.
Won't be long in these clabbered crap. Not us.
Nice that you finally showed up. Would have been even nicer if you didn't abandon me in the first place.
I never left.
1 minute, we're having a great time, and the next... Wait a second, did you use me as bait? Huh. Well, your plan worked. A little too well, seeing how we're in jail now.
We're all in prisons of our own making, Peter.
Okay.
Hey, this is a big mistake. I'm innocent. Cosmo, are you out there? Cosmo!
Wait, where the puppies go?
Reckon Lady H will get us out of here then? I reckon someone will.
Her name is Lady Hellbender.
Should we be strategizing other things? Just in case. Ain't never needed no strategy before, brother. I've been thinking, know what's better than strategizing a way out? Breaking a way out. I like the way you think.
Okay, let's have it then.
We should do the one where you pretend to go to the bathroom, then smash. I really do need to go. That's perfect then.
Hello?
Boy, I need to go to the bathroom. I also need to go. Let me out or I'll pee everywhere. I will also
Pee then.
Do something, Peter Quill. I cannot take much more.
I really do need to go. Don't give away the plan.
Imbeciles.
there. Oh!
Cosmo, I really need to use the bathroom.
Yeah, get your mitts off of him.
Ow! The little bugger just scratched me!
Oh, I'll do more than that. I'll murderize you.
Hey, guys. Didn't expect to see you here.
Yeah, cram it, Flatnard.
Flatnard?
Yeah, and a scruff crew in one too.
Shut up and get in there.
Come on, dude. What's your problem?
You are. That's why we quit. Yes, you did. Now stop talking to him.
Rocket, buddy, come on. We had a good thing going. You and Groot are better than two-bit bounty hunters.
Scoff.
What did you say?
I said scoff.
You don't say scoff, you just scoff.
Oh, so now I don't express myself proper like? You know what? You're a real piece of... What do you think I was gonna say?
I thought you were about to say, woof! Rocket, dude, woof!
We should have woofed you in when we woofed the chance. Like we are.
You don't, woof, woof, woof!
What? You rough in front of me? I told you a bajillion times, I'm not a ruffin' animal!
What were you talking about?
You woof!
Sorceress, this.
Where are we?
You ought to have been still on nowhere.
Cosmo! How you doing, buddy? We were just about...
Guardian of Galaxies will tell Cosmo why they broke into Continuum Cortex. Or Cosmo will conjure worse psychic gulag.
Broke into the...
Do not feed Cosmo Get Biscuits, Peter Quill. You work with Blood Brothers. Create distraction so Pesky Raccoon and Sentient Tree Friend can use Continuum Cortex. Cosmo also know Guardian of Galaxies have Nova Tracker on ship.
Okay, I'm sure it's just one big misunderstanding. Right?
Right.
We're here because something happened on the...
Guardian of Galaxy were on Nova Rock.
Yeah, we went to find Centurion Corral and pay our fine. Why?
Strange transmissions spreading across galaxy. Like rabbits in springtime. Cosmo sent many team to investigate, none return. Now Nova Rock, sending same signal. Guardian of Galaxy will tell me what they saw.
The Nova Corps were killing each other.
It was like they were drinking funky juice or something.
Or joined the cult.
Yeah, during that ritual with the priest. They kept talking about a promise.
Right away, sir. Fraternity of Raptors. Cult of the Negative Zone. Universal Church of Truth.
Whoa, stop. That's them. That old man that's with them. His shuttle exploded on the Hallis Hope.
Grand Unifier Raker, leader of the Universal Church of Truths. That name ring bell for Cosmo. His old cult. Very powerful during Galactic War. Now, not so much.
You said the rock was transmitting a signal. What if the religion were somehow...
And yet, the Universal Church of Truths died with Goldskin God.
Let us investigate the Hallis Hope for you.
What?
You said none of your teams returned, right? Seems to me like you're short-staffed. We want to find out what happened as much as you do.
We do?
So let us investigate for you.
Always a catch, Peter Quill. And not fun kind with Ball.
Ball.
What Guardian of Galaxies want in return?
Simple. Drop the charges. Contact Nova Corps HQ and get the World Mind to forgive our fine. Then we'll go.
It's not being so easy.
Face it, dog breath. You need us.
Us?
For now. Unless you got someone else stupid enough to go.
In Soviet Russia, Cosmo would not trust words of capitalist scum. But this is not motherland. And Cosmo no power of collateral. Guardianship, stay on nowhere.
What? You can't take our ship?
My ship.
How are we gonna find the Hallows Hope?
Ask Pesky Raccoon. Now come, essences of time.
So where are we going exactly?
To original settlement. From early days, before Kivan Group come.
You mean the first mining colony is still here?
Now abandoned, mostly. And highly restored.
This is the place you broke into.
Broke implies it took effort.
Wait, this is the Continuum Cortex?
His best way to reach Nova ship before moves again.
You found Corel.
Where is she?
Nova ship currently in the Lydra system, orbiting Michael planet.
Contraxia.
Cosmo not surprised. Pesky Raccoon enjoy garbage planet.
Their restrooms do provide valuable information.
Entire planet now broadcast same signal as Nova Rock. Cosmo not understand purpose or intention.
All the...
I am very sorry, I have to take a small break. I will be right back. And I'm back.
Bars, and betting parlors, and brothels.
Maybe it's not such a bad thing after all.
Don't worry, Cosmo. We'll get to the bottom of this weird broadcast.
Or die trying.
No, wait, dude. I've got your back.
I am Groot.
Thanks, Groot. I know you do.
How many people know about this place?
Enough.
Is not broadcast across galaxy, but scientists come from many backgrounds.
If Thanos had known this was here...
Ah, Death Titan King no longer concerned for cause.
I am surprised the rodent was able to bypass your security system.
So, what is this? Like another elevator?
They'll figure it out.
Please to stand back, Guardian of Galaxies.
Whoa! What magnificent witchcraft is this?
I know.
Oh.
It's like they've never seen a giant trans-dimensional hand before.
Please to step in palm.
What if things go sideways? How do we get back?
With passport. Can communicate with Cosmo, and if emergency, bring Guardian of Galaxies back.
Better you take it than Captain Valor over here.
This time, investigate Nova ship. Use passport to report findings.
And you'll speak to the world mind? Get rid of that fine, right?
Cosmo do best. Good luck, Guardian of Galaxies.
Anyone see any seatbelts?
You better not throw up this time.
This is...
Sorcery?
I was going to say dizzying.
You get used to it.
Are we in space?
We're somewhere between space, between dimensions, between time, between realities even.
What do you mean, between?
We could theoretically go wherever and whenever with this thing. Even the places that don't exist, but do.
It's incredible.
Avengers! Assemble!
What kind of name is Avengers?
Is that sound normal?
Normal. You ain't heard nothing yet.
Oh, Pat Benatar and Joan Jett watch over us.
Who are these gods you speak of?
Goddesses. Drax?
I am not the one laughing. It is obviously an ill omen of our impending deaths. No matter where you hide, I will find you.
Or it's an alternate reality.
Ooh.
No, that sound. I am proud.
Definitely an alternate reality.
Hey, look! It's Spider-Man! Wait, is that Earth? Mom?
Come on, you're late for the prom is here. Come on in, Janie. Peter will be up in a second.
Really? Janie?
Okay, next stop, Alice Hope. Probably. Hold on, Groot. Here we go.
Oh, spread.
Okay, here we go!
Ooh, what happened here?
Correct. You guys okay?
Do we look okay?
Well, hang in there. I'll try to restore gravity.
Oh, great. We're gonna be stuck like this forever.
Rocket, buddy, what am I looking for?
Drax, tell Scut Lord most ships use external power conduits to generate pseudo-gravity in hyperbaric airlocks.
The beast says to find a power conduit.
Right, and what do those look like? Okay, I've got 2 conduits here.
Someone tell them to turn them on.
Thanks, buddy.
Okay, this one.
Nothing's happening.
Gamora, tell him to check the power supply.
It's empty.
Then tell him to find a battery.
Did you catch that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something terrible happened here.
What gave it away? The lack of gravity or the general destruction?
Both are undeniable clues.
Okay, so we need a battery.
Someone tell him what he's looking for.
Peter Quill, you are supposed to be looking for something.
A battery, so we can get the lousy gravity going.
Yes, but where is the battery? Tell me that.
continue until we exit this room.
Anyone else thinking Rocket should be the one with the rocket boots? Storm Drain find a battery yet?
We are still floating, so no.
Or should I?
Dog report item.
Who the flark are you talking to?
I am making mental notes of the investigation. It seems pertinent that a number of escape pods are missing.
What about this? Something no.
Peter, we need a battery to restore the gravity. Rocket, what were you two doing in the Cortex?
Coming back from a job. A successful one.
Why come back to nowhere at all? I mean, if you really wanted to quit.
The client was there. Me and Groot had to get paid.
Up. Forward.
Nope, useless.
Dead battery. Aha.
How'd you end up getting arrested, Rocket?
We let him. Heard you three were in the clink, so we came to bust you out.
Might be just what we need.
Then pick it up already.
I will.
Got us a battery.
Took him long enough.
Hey, I'm trying, man.
And we're still floating around. Duh. Go do danger mission. Cosmo fix. Not to worry.
Don't be mean.
I got the battery installed, Gamora, but nothing's happening.
Seriously?
Fine. I'll tell them. Listen up, slug breath. Tell me what you see.
There's a blue wire and two connections, yellow and red, and one big green thing.
Don't touch the green thing!
Not a great time to start yelling, dude.
Okay. First, plug the wire to either connection. All we need is a little jump start.
To either one?
It's not brain surgery, just pick one.
I have begun.
Okay then.
Nothing. Oh, crap.
You touched the green thing! Get it, you! Fucking great, Quill!
Everybody, just hold on.
And shoot.
Gravity was not restored.
You had one job, Quill.
I did exactly what?
Ow.
Impressive, Peter Quill.
I didn't know you could do that.
Neither did
Thank you.
Those firearms are becoming quite formidable.
Second time they've transformed like that.
Third,
If that was the third time, when was the first?
the day I was kidnapped. When my mom died.
Continue our investigation.
We'll need to get this wreckage out of the way first.
Groot's right. Should move if we give it a jolt.
Should we call Cosmo? Let him know what we found so far?
What do you mean a code word? Fine. Groot won't call the mud until we all agree on a code word.
Could be useful if we get cornered by whatever's on the ship.
How about Quill Kill?
Ooh, oh! The code word is Ride the Stars. And we should hold off calling Cosmo until we figure out what's going on.
We should also standardize our use of the term dog report item to distinguish information of interest to our investigation.
Yep. Sure thing, buddy.
Was there anything?
Dog report item. Something caused Novacore to abandon their ship.
Maybe they all just quit.
Some people don't give up when things start going wrong.
Was that a crack?
No, it was a pointed criticism.
Guys, Rocket left, but he's back now. That's all that matters.
What of the dog's investigation?
And whether or not Nikki and Corell are okay.
Fine. Multiple things matter.
Multiple things matter.
I wonder what else Peter's guns can do.
If he'd let me look at him, I could tell you.
Drax, stopping powers here.
Of course,
Thank you.
If you believe it will lead to a clue.
Wonder how many made it out alive.
Not many.
Explain your pessimism.
Alive people let someone know they're alive. And the mutt said he ain't heard from nobody. This is the only way out, but the door's got no juice. That'll do it.
Happy?
Why does that keep happening?
There, you all felt that, right?
Yup.
The same thing happened when I tried to restore the gravity.
It ain't never his fault, is it, Groot?
Dast. Looks just like what
Oh,
happened on the road.
ultimate nullifier. Oh yes, it was.
Indeed, it was a desperate attempt at a last defensive position.
Good bottleneck for it.
All the blaster scorch marks are from standard issue Nova rifles.
Everything that happened seems to be connected to this ship.
Maybe your
There's a
girlfriend
bug.
went crazy after seeing you.
I doubt Peter Quill could inspire this level of mutiny.
Okay, we need to get to Corell's office.
Abilities. I have 2 ability points. This one.
Someone tell Quill.
Come on, dude. Can't we just talk to each other?
Fine. You do know your girlfriend probably didn't make it.
Now you are just being spiteful.
Still nothing but emergency power.
Dog report item. Power outage in several sections of the ship.
What are we missing? Let's run through it all.
We got arrested by your girlfriend.
As did the Churchman Grand Unifier Raker, and then his ship exploded.
So maybe that's where it started. Raker might have had something on his ship.
A gas, maybe? The explosion could have released it.
I've used something like that before.
Right. Pump it into the vents and it spreads through the ship.
Should we be worried?
If we haven't already gone crazy, we might be safe.
Collect this.
Dog report item. No sign of anyone so far.
Didn't you add that one already?
Wish I knew the layout of this tub better. Then we could figure out where this started. You know where we are, Gamora?
Not really. Nova never really let me out of their sight.
They had good reason not to trust you.
This again?
I was only stating that Nova's position of not trusting you was accurate. At the time. You have since proved yourself a worthy ally.
The longer we bicker, the more we might miss.
Very inspirational.
Yeah, you get that off a placemat?
All I'm saying
Kind
is
of.
we're in this up to our necks, and we'll need to work together to get out of it.
Strange. I'd have expected more signs of fighting.
It does seem localized to the one area.
Oh.
No wonder we've been stumbling around in the dark.
Whoa, ho, ho. Look at you, you sexy beast.
Stop flirting, Rocket. Is it supposed to be upside down?
Only if you wanted to channel all the ship's power up through the ceiling. Makes no sense to me.
There must be a reason. A bad one. Try that console.
We can use this to re-invert the core, or de-invert... Devert?
Rocket.
The console's safety locked because the mounting arms are retracted. If we can pop them out of them side panels, we can flip the core.
Let's do that.
It is time.
Here it comes.
For Peter Quill's mask to guide us with its mysterious power.
Huh. Looks like the arms are stuck without any power.
I bet we could jumpstart them.
How?
Gotta be a power cell somewhere.
There's gotta be more machinery up there. Gamora, give me a boost.
Of course.
There you go.
Definitely something up here.
Obviously.
Hell yeah, it worked!
You know, them guns would make better engineering tools than weapons.
Nice try. Let's get the other one free.
Okay, then that one.
All right, Gamora, let's get the second one done.
Okay.
That did it. Get back down here.
Coming.
Now let's see what we can... Oh, Scott!
Lightning shot. If the enemies that are close to each other, enemies hit by lightning shot are incapable for a short time.
Guys, we've got incoming.
Yeah, it's more of them infected freaks.
Man, I was hoping we'd find Nova Corps here, but not like this.
Now we know who inverted the core. But why?
They have come to defend the core!
Not gonna happen! Rocket! Fireworks!
Don't know which bugs me more, Nova Space Bots or Nova Space Cult!
Come on, there's a big difference!
You struggle in vain!
To the bone!
Incoming attack!
I hope we didn't fight alongside any of these guys.
We'll make sure they get a heroic death!
That Nova Corps dude was bonkers!
These renegades are relentless!
Did you notice the rumbling
There you
stuff
go.
when we flipped the reactor away from the ceiling?
We must find a way up there and discover why, for the dog report.
Rocket, what's that console telling you?
That you should come do the honors.
Okay.
Okay, I will.
Surprise! This whole thing's a lift. We can ride it all the way up there.
I guess Nova grunts and grease monkeys don't get the cool flying suits.
Typical. Nobody respects their engineers these days. If you want efficiency, you gotta make sure... Whoa! Clark!
Locking clamps! They're shutting us down!
More
Let's
freaks
go.
approach!
Clarkers de-reinverted the core again!
We'll just have to reinvert it back!
After we take some heads.
Destroy!
Definitely not the Nova Corps I was hoping to find here!
At last! I was growing bored!
Light him up, Rocket!
Ow.
Quill just got you! Hilarious! Attacking mines! Warlock!
Will this be added to our permanent records?
I ain't worried about the legal ramifications of not getting murdered!
Worry! Big one on mine!
Guys,
Let's go!
huddle up!
Huddle up!
Peter. I, for one, am doing great out there.
As am I, assassin. So perhaps he wants you out of my way.
Or maybe he wants you to sit back and watch so you can learn from a pro.
Darts on the field. Danger on all sides. These guys ain't gonna end us or see us nullified.
Never said they would.
Are we heroes to be laughed at? No. I'll laugh at them instead. Who's with me?
That's me.
Unfortunately, we are.
Definitely not the Nova Corps I was hoping to find here.
See a stupid helmet? Shoot a stupid helmet!
Some of these people may have been war heroes.
It's us or them, and it's not gonna be us.
Ow.
Right with you, big guy. Lock and load, Rocket.
I will not be present so easily.
Go get him, Tiger!
Feel this? I'm good. Let's get back to it.
Hang tight.
Prepare yourself! I can't believe I needed help with that!
Don't get too spread out.
All right, let's get those clamps off so
There
we
you go.
can keep moving.
I will tear them from their sockets.
Ain't gonna work, Musclehead. But this time, we've got a control room to play with.
Control room.
Looks like I can
say.
remove the clamps from here.
Good. We will not be stopped by clamps.
Ah, sneaky bags. They scrambled the power circuit, so I can't release them.
I'm tired of these clamps.
Gonna have to reroute the circuits one by one to reset the power grid. Here, I'll get the door for you. You should be able to see the grid with your visor.
Okay, visor's up. Now what?
You should see power grids along the walls around here. Find their powered up nodes.
Looking for glowy power nodes.
Right.
Got it.
When you find them, you need to electrify the junction switch in the direction you want the power to flow.
Shoot them with electricity?
Yeah, we're aiming for big, glowing lines routing back towards the clamps in the middle.
Okay, that's
This
done.
would go a lot faster if we all had the ability to scan.
Groot, I think I have an idea. Use your roots to raise that platform with me on it. Kind of a root boost thing.
Neat trick. Groot loves being helpful.
He's always helpful.
So any guesses on what they're doing with all that power?
Perhaps they are recharging their personal devices.
They're what?
Their electronic tablets and assorted communication gadgetry.
And do you think they would need power from the ship's core for that?
I am no expert.
Thank you, my darling. I don't know if I was supposed to go here at all.
Okay, I bet I can reroute the power to get myself back out of here.
Solid plan.
Hell
Collect
yeah!
this.
Who's smarter than Nova Corps?
Checking everything. Nothing.
Kinda wondering why Cosmo didn't fetch a bunch of his muscle and do this himself.
It is simple. It required professionals.
That's gotta be one of the power nodes. Just need to reroute it. Did that do anything?
Not yet. We'll have to reroute a couple of them.
That opens this door.
You know, normally you're not supposed to travel through dimensions.
Aha.
Quarantine and a decompression on the other side.
You be concerned?
Just keep an eye out for the warning signs.
Nova Corps outfit found. Actually, that looks cool.
Paranoia, aggressive behavior.
I feel like that's already an accurate description of our team. How would we tell?
This one.
I see it now. You've got half of it rerouted. Now work on the other room.
Okay, I'm getting the hang of this. Might be gunning for your job soon. Doors open, and I got the power flowing through.
Almost qualified to be a junior engineer.
Thanks.
Almost.
A Groot in Nova Corps. Yeah, right.
It would have been possible. They try to recruit corpsmen from any world in good standing.
Well, too bad. Groot's the last one, and he's too smart to ever sign up with them scuttholes.
And then the next one.
Groot, need your help, buddy. Root boost, please. Groot.
Together with Lady Law?
She's no lady.
She never set her standards that low anyway.
That's factually untrue. Oh boy, Groot's gonna be happy. Looks like the wall's weak here. Drax, I need a hole here to reach the grid.
And you will have one.
Thank you.
Looks like you did it, Starpants. Now get into the control room and hit that clamp release. I'll re-invert the core at the same time and get us moving again.
Got it.
Everybody stay
This
alert.
one?
Quill has a knack for pushing the wrong buttons or crossing the wrong wires.
Small hairy one is insinuating you are bad luck.
Funny how the small hairy one is always right there guiding me.
Peter Quill is insinuating that you, Weasel, could be the cause of our problems.
The clamps are unclamped.
Slick. Now get back in here before we leave you behind.
Yeah, let's see how far you get without your button pusher.
Now that we know the infected Nova are here, we can agree that whatever's going on upstairs is really bad, right?
They were furious when we removed their power source. Must be important to their effort here.
Can't wait to smash it. Whatever it is. Alright, this is our floor. Gamora!
These doors are sealed tight.
Just look for another way out.
Drax, hit that panel where all the wires connect.
Step aside.
There you go. Thank you. Ooh.
Come out to the coast. We'll get together, have a few laughs.
What's that?
Nothing.
No, that! They must have flipped the core back. Something's powering up again.
Yay.
Great. Now we're stuck in the ventilation. Great job, Quill.
Dude, I know you're peeved, and I'm sorry.
Apology accepted.
Really? That's it?
In case you hadn't noticed, there's more important things happening right now than Quill saying he's sorry. Whoa! Flark and Scott! What are these Franklin gaboons doing to Contraxia?
What the?
Thing, Rocket?
this hangar before.
It's like they're stocking up on something!
What the floor?
What the?
This is where the Churchman's shuttle exploded.
Yeah, well, it looks a little different now.
Because of the giant machine, yes. But I assure you, Peter Quill, this is where you and the girl almost fell to your deaths.
Corral would never have allowed this to happen to her ship.
So, you think she escaped?
I don't know. She could be holed up in her office. We're not leaving till we find out what happened. So what is it?
I think they're using the ray to fill some kind of battery. Standard galactic I/O ports, Regalian glass mat separators, Kree cathodes.
I understood some of those words.
I ain't never seen nothing like it. Energy readings are all over the place, but I can't tell what kind of energy it is.
Ground report item.
Scott, that's loud!
Let's go.
Dog report item. Massive device siphoning energy from the Traxxas.
Don't forget the energy cubes.
Dog report item. Energy stored in strange cubes.
There.
Groot! We need to check out that giant raid thing! Can you get us across?
Dog report item! We gotta destroy this thing!
We don't even know what it is!
Plus, we'd probably end up taking out the entire ship!
And us with it!
Let's avoid the scary beam!
Good advice!
Guardian of Galaxies, Cosmo Checker. Investigation lead him to believe Hollow is key to galaxy mystery. What is that noise?
We are compiling an extensive dog report.
Ah, flark the report. Tell him his magic hand almost got us killed.
Contraxia isn't looking so good.
They're killing it is what they're doing.
Tell Cosmo what is happening.
They've got this giant ray thingy pointed at the planet. It's collecting some kind of energy.
Have Guardian found Centurion Corel?
Not yet.
Guardian must find her. May have answers we need.
I wonder if we could have stopped this from the reactor room.
There is no point in wondering what could have been. We must move forward. Madness!
Hold on to what?
Any idea why they need so many of these batteries, Rocket?
Nope.
Hello.
Your experience fighting Centurions will be necessary here, woman.
Spread out!
Ah, Scott! How do we fight a flying enemy? Mora! Snap it!
Precision is key here, guys!
My plan is to blast them! It's all you, Gamora!
Nice to meet you!
This will be a worthy battle!
Our best bet is to finish it quick! Shoot the energy discs on their chest!
Will that do anything besides pee them off? You see Connect Gold anywhere? Come on, big hole!
Now is not the time for conversation!
There you go. What is the food?
You flattenards are gonna pay for whatever you're doing to Contraxia!
They are beyond being reasoned with!
Keep them busy, Groot! Oh, come on! Really? A Centurion!
Let your girlfriend come to finish us off?
Back up, Drax! I will end you!
More of them up on the walls!
And on the ground as well!
Ow.
We're just looking for Corral. Maybe it's Peter.
Time to destroy. Now is not the time for conversation.
I'll enjoy this!
I wondered how we would fare against the Centurion.
Centurions have a lot of tricks up their sleeves.
Where? They keep moving!
I hope you're disconnected from the world mine!
How did all comets succumb to their
Whoa! Glad she's on our side!
Hold them down, Groot! Scott! How do we fight a flying enemy?
I'd have hoped the Centurions would have resisted whatever this is!
It's like a fruit fly! I can't swat him!
I expected more coordination between them.
We could use the coordination ourselves!
Okay,
There you
seems
go.
to me like this ship might be ground zero for whatever's happening. We gotta find Corral, get some real answers.
You have any idea where she is?
I'm thinking we check her office. I even know how we can get there.
You know a way out of the hangar?
Yeah, Drax spotted it on our way in. We can use the hole Nikki and I fell into when Raker's shuttle exploded.
You know, we never did talk about why you jumped after her, Peter.
Because it was the right thing to do.
We should hurry. More zealot.
Drax, gonna need you to drag this over.
I will assume you have a plan. That seemed like a waste of
All plans need steps to succeed.
What new age drivel have you been reading? We need to stop the batteries from moving Peter.
Really thought that might work. What am I missing? Rocket, can you see where that vent
Rocket?
leads?
Anything to get out of here.
We should be prepared in case the beast tries to destroy this machinery.
We need...
There you go. I've done my part.
Yeah, thanks.
Keep in mind, it may not stay jammed forever.
We still need a way through.
So now we need
There must
that.
be something we have not found.
Just like I thought.
Impressive work, Peter Quill. Just hope it does not cause an explosion.
Let's not stick around to find out.
Let's hope.
All right, come on, the tunnel's just past here.
We got lucky no...
The Unifier has detected an intrusion. Spread out.
It will be contained.
By her will.
Move! There's too many of them.
In the hole, jump!
Still don't get why you jumped after the kid back then. Top 10 dumbest things I ever saw you do.
You should have seen how worried he was.
Hey, Star Pants was our ticket with the captain. I was worried his death would lead to more jail time.
It was adorable.
I hate you all.
Dog report item. The rumbling continues.
Poor Contraxia.
Pretty sure this is right.
Pretty sure?
Everything was on fire last time.
I couldn't make that happen.
No, Rocket, no!
Ain't that a piece of the Uniflyer's old ship?
Unifier.
Yeah, whatever.
When we were arrested,
Yes, it
they
was.
mentioned Raker got caught for the same thing we did.
Not exactly the same.
He got caught scavenging in the quarantine zone. How is that not the same?
We were not scavenging for the same thing.
Forget Raker. Our focus right now is finding Nikki.
Your focus. My focus is not dying on this stupid ship.
The dog wants us to find Centurion Corral.
Right, so we're multitasking.
I did not realize you and the girl fell down so far, Peter Quill.
I didn't fall. I jumped. Heroically.
It is different.
Gamora, any chance you can help us here?
I got this, Peter.
Thank you. And Groot.
One more time, Groot. Let's go find Corral and Nikki.
So, we all agree that the captain and her kid are probably dead, right?
Corral survived the worst of the war. And a relationship with Peter.
Still willing to bet they didn't survive this.
You'd wager on whether or not a mother and child are dead.
What if only one is dead?
Nicky's one of the most resourceful kids I ever met, and Corell's a warrior. I'd bet on both of them any day of the week.
Don't get cocky, Quill. Just because you won that bet in the quarantine zone.
Be careful down there, Peter Quill.
Yeah, definitely a lot sparkier than last time.
Make sure the kid ain't floating face up somewhere.
Aha.
Kids.
What? Exhaust all options.
That'll work.
Gamora.
What do you say, Gamora? Now that the floor can't kill us?
I say, no problem. Well, definitely no sign of Nicky or Corell.
I mean...
But costume.
I guess that's good news.
I got a lot of Nova, but maybe it's the place itself. I think she doesn't like that.
Whoa, watch out!
You okay?
Groot says we should start thinking about exit plans.
The exit plan is to call Cosmo after we get the answers we need.
Answers you need, maybe.
Does not strike me as very safe here, Peter Quill.
Better this than getting shot at.
Speak for yourself.
You'd rather get shot at?
More fulfilling to shoot someone I don't like than look for someone I
Aha.
don't care about.
Our leader seems to care, and so we should also pretend to care.
Pretend to care.
Of course you would.
There was nothing else here. So it... Aha! I missed that one.
Careful, Peter Quill.
Okay, don't remember this green gas being here last time.
I think you mean deadly green gas.
This whole ship's a death trap now.
I'm sure there's a way to unburst these pipes.
There better be, because there's no way I'm walking through that.
There, easy peasy.
Okay, that was bad, even for you.
Ah, more death gas.
Maybe Nicky and Corral are using it to protect themselves.
Or, and hear me out on
It's
this.
possible.
Maybe they're dead.
You know what, man? You're being a real jackass, like, way more than usual.
Tension is palpable.
Can you both please just get over this?
Agreed. Either resolve your issues or fight to the death.
Look, Rocket. I know I suck sometimes. We all suck sometimes. Pretty sure it's why we ended up together.
I do not suck.
Point is, you care about us. But right now, we're not the ones in danger. And Nicky's just a kid, man.
As long as we're clear on the you sucking part.
Clear as day.
I said use network to open. Caution malfunctioning. Is there a way to stop that?
Dog report item. The rumbling continues.
Or Contraxia.
Have to leave those behind.
Are you sure this is the right way, Peter Quill?
No.
It's clearly not.
I'm investigating.
Come on, huh?
Down.
this is the right way?
Just keep your eyes open.
You know, Peter, if Nikki and Corell really are...
They're not.
I'm just saying we should be ready for anything.
They're not.
Hop. Hop. Hoppla.
Find a dog report item.
No, nothing dog report worthy. Still no signs of Nikki or Corell.
In the face of death's infinite mystery, Tathians are taught to focus.
Wait a minute, I can't get out there, so...
Keep that in mind.
Aha! There you go.
Here! This is definitely the right way. Nikki's secret hideout is just through here.
Thought we were going to the captain's office.
We are. Right after we check here. Try not to break anything. This place means a lot to her.
Oh, wow. Did Nikki paint all this?
Pretty cool, right? Nikki?
Little one, reveal yourself.
Maybe try being a little less scary.
It's Peter! The pirate? Nikki!
We do not intend to kill you.
We need to get into that room. Knew this would come in handy.
Where'd you get a Nova passkey?
Careful, Peter Quill. In my experience, children often booby-trap their toys.
It's not Nikki's, it's mine.
So we're just claiming her stuff now? Because if we are...
No, I mean it literally used to belong to me.
Quill, you gotta see this. This kid's obsessed with you.
Wait, why does she have your toy?
It's just something I gave to Corell when we were together during the war, like a keepsake. It doesn't mean anything.
Does, this mean anything?
How old is the child?
12.
Ha! Congratulations, Peter Quill. You will make a terrible father. Unless the child is dead, in which case, does not matter.
Wait, is this why you dragged us here?
Clearly, the child is 12, and Quill was with the child's mother 12 years ago. The math is irrefutable.
Yes, okay. So the dates maybe kind of match up, so it's possible, I guess. It's not like they had a health class on this.
Inspiring.
Can we just focus on if Corell and Nikki are okay? They're clearly not here, so let's move on and keep looking.
Anyone
God
else
damn
feel
it.
weird going through Nikki's stuff like this?
Peter Quill is her father. It is his duty to pry into her personal life.
Okay,
Pretty sure.
I will do one thing, save. Load game.
Anyone else feel weird going through Nikki's stuff like this?
It works. Sorry, I have to test because there was a bug, as you can see. So many thoughts. Cadet Gold. Could it really be him? Not at all what I was expecting. Is that good or bad? It's not like adults, I mean, sort of, but he's also kind of a big dumb kid. He thought my art was cool. Do all Helens dress like that? And if so, why? Mom will not talk about him. She says I should forget we ever met, which is all the more reason to keep digging.
Pretty sure she ain't here, Quill.
I think he's still processing.
For all we know, maybe this guy's her dad.
Yeesh. Looks like an even bigger deadbeat than you.
Looks like Ronan the Accuser to me.
Indeed.
All I'm
might
saying
be.
is clearly I'm not the only candidate. Deadbeat Ronan guy also fits the bill. Still can't get over how good she is with all this tech stuff.
Meh, I could do better.
Yeah, but she's 12.
So, I'm 15. Staring at it ain't gonna change what it says.
It doesn't say anything. It's just some confused kid projecting stuff. I'm thinking Nikki won't mind if we use this. What do you say, Rocket?
I say I don't care even if she does mind.
Let's go in the very end. What do we have?
Dog
Extra
report.
health.
The rumbling continues.
Poor
Thank you.
Contraxia.
Okay, where were we?
Okay, let's go.
Congratulating you on being a father.
Should be a way to Corell's office through those pipes on the left.
Yeah, I see an opening. Could be there's a latch on the inside. Allow me, Star Dad.
Guys, did we not make light of all this?
Are you sure this is the right way, Peter Quill?
No.
It's clearly not.
I'm investigating.
I have been thinking. It is customary on Katath to bathe new fathers in a river of blood.
Lucky for Peter we're
No.
not on Katath.
Gotta admit it, Quill. Kid's whole setup is pretty impressive. The way she rigged her terminal to the emergency power grid.
I told you, she's a smart kid.
Perhaps Peter Quill did not sire this child after all.
Yeah, I could see that. She just don't seem dopey enough.
Maybe she gets everything from the mother's side.
If I had a kid, she or he would definitely be super cool and smart.
So just like Nikki.
I guess, maybe, yes.
Xandalian World Mind. We are sending this message to every Nova Course helmet terminal and personal device to ensure every courseman is involved. Please do your part to spread the message. The reset events on Harras Hope and the Rock Station have led us to quarantine both vessels. Contact with those recently stationed at either is strictly forbidden. Do not accept their communications, distress the beacons, or direct pleas for help until we have properly assessed the situation. We believe a psychological attack has been launched upon Nova Course, but we do not yet understand the delivery method. It is not clear if it can be spread person to person, but we do know it spreads rapidly. For the time being, we need to isolate ourselves to prevent further infection.
Yep, so definitely gets it from the mother's side.
Collect.
Maybe we should just ask someone for directions?
I am Groot.
Hey, I'm capable of asking for help. Help me be
Well.
done with this stupid mission.
That's the elevator I took with Corell and Nikki. If we're lucky, maybe they're on their way down right now.
Ooh.
When have we ever been lucky?
There you go.
What? Are you gonna start being all paternal now?
We're fine, Peter. We know how to fight.
I know, I just...
We'll find them. Don't worry. You said Carell's office was up top somewhere?
Yeah, just need to make our way up.
Nova Corpsman. Oh.
I just realized something. Nikki's a tech expert, knows her way around ships, fits into small spaces.
Don't you dare finish that sentence.
And she seems to get along well with Peter.
Good luck replacing me with a dead kid.
Next stop, Carell's office.
Come on, just admit it, Quill. You're freaking out right now. This whole deadbeat dad thing's gotta be eating at you.
The prospect of maybe being a dad is a little scary.
A little?
Embrace the panic, Peter Quill. It is the essence of fatherhood.
Well, that don't look good.
There was a struggle here.
Nope.
Yeah, that's what I'm reacting to?
I am reacting in my own way.
This doesn't look good, Peter.
All we know is that there was a fight. We don't know who won.
Pretty sure I know.
Let's go this way first.
So, where's this office, Quill?
It's around here somewhere. Place wasn't this messed up last time.
When in doubt, follow the stench of death.
Oh, there.
Drax, buddy, you know what to do.
Dog report
Thank you.
item. We are lost.
We're not lost. Hello? Carell? Nikki?
Looks empty.
Feels empty.
Maybe they're hiding.
There are always strange writings on the wall.
I'm gonna try and get in her computer. See if I can wipe my criminal history.
Rocket!
I'm kidding. I'm gonna access her logs. You wanna know what happened here or not?
Fine. The rest of us will take a look around. Maybe they left a clue or something.
The scribbles are Cree. This one says, Mother knows best. Return, hope, promise.
Nikki?
Obvious signs of a struggle, Peter Quill.
Yeah, this doesn't look good.
Ah, appealing.
Are you seriously focused on food right now?
Mystery makes me hungry.
Hey, save me some, will ya?
What is this? Some kind of a threat?
The Cree Council demands proof of Nikki's heritage under the Cree purity laws.
What Cree purity laws?
Carell never told you that either? The Cree are extremely strict about their bloodlines.
This does not look good.
For you?
No, for Nikki. What are the chances the Cree are involved in any of this?
The Council of Purity isn't cryptic. When they punish someone, they make sure everyone knows it.
Corell and Nikki would be hanging from a wall.
Excuse me, I was eating. Upcoming accusation visit Clay Purity Council. As you all aware, the accuser will be making her diplomatic trip to Hallas Hope next cycle to discuss the Clay Council's involvement with the reconstruction efforts. However, this is not her Only business on the station. All clay currently serving Nova Corps will be expected to meet with accuser at the allotted time for your interrogation. You may be asked to provide records of family history and recent medical results. Not the ones provided by Nova Corps, but by a certified grave physician from the Purity Council list. If you have children currently living with you, they may be interviewed as well. Failure to arrive for your appointment will not be tolerated. The accuser will be more than willing to locate you in your place of work and escort you to an interrogation room. To be punctual.
The resemblance is uncanny.
She doesn't look anything like me. She's blue. Besides, why wouldn't Corell have just told me?
Protect her daughter, Peter Quill. Copulating with you was a capital offense under the Kree purity laws.
Oh, right. That. So when Corell said we shouldn't be doing this...
He was being literal.
And this is probably her room.
Some kind of dye machine. Is it normal for Kree to dye their hair?
Not unless they're hiding something.
She was dyeing her hair.
The Kree have comic books?
I am surprised. The Kree Council is very strict on approved forms of entertainment.
So this could be like super valuable then.
How valuable are we talking?
Nikki's ID. Something seems off though.
What do you mean, off?
I don't know. Like it's been flagged or something. Not sure.
Is the girl's date of birth on those documents? Does it match with the typical Kree gestation period?
I really wouldn't know.
Okay, I'm in. But I got bad news, lover boy.
What did you find?
Come here and I'll show you.
Okay, I am coming. I'm coming. So we found out something very important about Nikki.
Hey Quill, you interested in seeing this or not?
I'm coming. I'm here.
So what am I looking at?
Nothing.
She's the captain. Captains keep logs.
You keep logs?
I'm trying to tell you, they're gone. All of them. Almost like the world mind went out of its way to sever everything.
Have you tried turning it off and on?
What about backups? Doesn't every Nova ship have a central hub or something?
A Nexus mainframe, yeah. If there's ghosts anywhere in the system, that's where.
I categorically refuse.
Not literal ghost, Drax. He's talking about data. Right?
Yes, but we'd have to access the Nexus directly. Means going to the bridge.
We're not leaving until we find out what happened.
Center of operations it is. According to the ship's map, the bridge should be right through here.
Let's go.
Dog report item. It's one of them priests down there, ain't it?
Okay, so it looks like the church is being...
Nuts to this. I'm out of here.
Stop moving.
Too late. Hello. What are you?
Dog report item. We are under attack.
By a giant robot?
By some weird freak.
Weird giant robot freeze.
Okay, yep. Definitely a dog report item.
String him up, crew. Peter Quill, the assassin is in trouble.
Cut to the chase!
Pummeling something with skin is infinitely more satisfying.
I feel the same about stabbing! Let's beat on it together! Think of it as team building!
Make your peace! So, is this a robot priest or a priest robot?
Robot Freeze has a better ring to it!
Rocket! Blast him!
Peter! Drax needs help! Guys,
Okay.
what do we do about this big bot?
Ow.
You just messed with the wrong Catasthian!
Like a hot knife!
Of course I'm not gonna replace you with a robot! That's one big, bad, scudding robot!
The solution is simple. We must take it out first.
Drop her! I said drop her!
Ow.
I find punching flesh much more satisfying.
You know what else is satisfying? Don't get her!
Release her at once.
And finish.
Destroyer.
Or not finish, but
Well done, you two. A tactfully executed maneuver. My knuckles failed to
Cut
crack
to
his
pieces!
metallic carapace.
I guess someone must think this is the most valuable part of the ship!
Yeah, that! And probably keeping an eye on the command center, too!
Rip him a new one! We're all agreed the church is part of this now, right?
Gee, what gave it away?
Help! Now!
Oh, crap! This is infuriating. He will
Thanks,
not
Peter.
bend. Ha! Blowberry needed help.
finished.
Tell the dog about the priest.
Robot priest.
Groot says the mutt's not answering.
Keep trying. The rest of us can focus on figuring a way out.
Really?
But first. First. Mammoth crab might work against. What's this do? Relax, you get the power up. And then there's the mystery one. I think we can't get that yet. I think it's story related. But it's track, so it's circle and triangle. Got it.
This is the server room, right? And servers mean data?
I can't just plug servers into my skull. I still need a central terminal.
You said the bridge was on the other side of that corridor, so we just gotta make our way across and then up somehow.
No, wrong gun.
So, how do we get across?
Peter's the one with the visor.
That'll do it.
Well played, Peter Quill.
How am I
Let's go.
supposed to know why the pooch ain't picking up? Keep trying.
Dog report item.
Okay, so according to the map I saw, Nexus should be just above us.
Tim?
Shall I throw the rodent?
Come on.
No.
All right, let's look around. Maybe we can find something.
Aha. Found something. I found a tin.
It's weird, right? How the world mine seems to have gone completely dark.
Very weird.
Perhaps it is rebooting.
Of all the words you could have used there, Jack, that one actually wasn't too bad.
Thank you. It was either that or reloading.
There is something here. I will collect this, thank you.
Perhaps we should have interrogated the robot priest.
Yeah, next time we encounter a giant, deadly robot priest, we'll tie him up first and ask questions.
There's an open panel up in the corner there. Pretty sure that's our exit.
To think, all of this could have been avoided had the rodent not broken the glass.
You're blaming him for that?
His panicked scampering is what caused the final break.
Your oversized gut is what caused the first 50 breaks.
Guys! Pretty sure it was already cracked.
Hey Groot, any luck getting through to Cosmo yet?
Was that important?
Nope, still nothing.
Reception will probably be better once we're
No,
on the
it
bridge.
wasn't. Good.
Yeah, I don't think that's how it works. Man, what I would give to get into some of these servers.
I thought that was the plan.
Plan is to get to the bridge and hope that maybe someone left the
Scan
nexus
this.
unlocked.
I don't know why. I don't know. This is not important, but for some reason, my brain.
Okay, this is it, the command center.
Which I guess makes that the Nexus control terminal.
Fingers crossed we find something useful.
I'm thinking you should do the honors, Quill.
That does not seem like you.
He probably thinks the Nexus is booby-trapped.
Ah, that would explain it.
Hey, I ain't the one that's eager to know what happened.
Probably.
For himself.
But I will check first, is there anything here?
What are we...
I wonder.
1969.
I do not understand. Why is Peter
Nice.
Quill not accessing the Nexus?
Because he's scared of ghosts.
Liar.
Cycle reminders pulled to do. Finish report on explosion docking. Done. Schedule hazardous material crew. Done. Review arrest reports. QC ongoing. Cross-reference outstanding balance. Meeting RE. Upcoming millennial test for Denarian D-Lock. 1663. Schedule corpsman ballistic training. Believe in yourself. Ongoing failing. Don't forget to eat something. Okay? I think this was someone who forgot to eat.
Groot wants to know if Quill's stalling because of his fear of
Ahem.
mental responsibility.
Obviously.
Clearly.
No! What do you think, Groot?
But I don't want to say any
Says
names.
it's the best.
Dog report item.
Nice. That's quite the mustache.
Find something?
So Karel's badge number is 0001. How could she be the first one?
The world mine reset all Nova IDs after the Galactic War. Rocket, just access it yourself.
Regular computers are one thing, but I ain't leaving my prints on no Nexus terminal.
I am checking everything
He is
here.
worried it'll prove they're dead. I really couldn't tell you.
Golden Shadows, Centurion Carlos. Try something a little different. Let me know what you think. Carol made sure his office door was locked. He pulled the shades down on his viewport, sat at his desk, and wondered just how true the story was. The client was pretty convincing, but most liars are. Still, there was something in it. He tapped his fingers on the case file, but didn't open it. He stood up, walked to the wash basin, looked at himself in the mirror, grimaced and turned away. She offered him too much money for too little a job. It didn't add up. Something about it gnawed at him. He hurried back to the file, turned on the light and looked over the pages carefully. There, indented on the back of the photo, a number. 0025. Combination maybe? Contact number? He ran out. If he hurried, he might be able to tell the client. See if that led anywhere.
Have you found any useful information, Peter Quill?
Well, it's something.
Dog report
Something.
item. We have reached the command center, but Peter Quill refuses to access the Nexus.
Okay, let's do this.
Locked. I wonder though. Nikki really didn't want her mom to know about this passkey she gave me.
No way is some kid's card gonna bypass the Nexus.
we're in.
You're kidding.
Well,
Yes! Guys, we're in!
I didn't
Go to
do
the
anything.
criminal records, Quill. I want to see my files. 20 units, mine's the biggest. They can't be that scary if they share a record.
Blood, Garrick and Lawson.
I've heard of this guy. He's part of a private army called the Lethal Legion.
More like the Loser Legion.
Bloody.
What is it with you Humies and your stupid names?
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Star-Lord is not in the same league as Darkhawk, okay? One's the name of the greatest band of all time, and the other's a bird. So, Drax's criminal record is pretty big.
That is what your mother said.
It's great, because his mother's dead.
I thought there'd be more here. Barely scratches the surface.
Sen Peli Pen Taiten Kamora. Sen Vupeli. Origin Katat.
You? A gold dome? Over my dead body, buddy.
Ooh.
You know, for a non-spacefaring species, us humans sure get around.
Unfortunately.
Moon Dragon.
Hey, isn't that the guy we saw when we tried to pay our fine?
Yeah, that's him.
Wait a minute. Contract published intoxication, trespassing, intentional assault, flying without a license, impersonating an officer.
Look, it's Drax's girlfriend.
Lady Hellbender is not my girlfriend.
Yet.
Isn't this your friend from the bar?
Yep.
Petty theft, bribery, blackmail, extortion, assault, smuggling, trafficking, poaching.
Grand Unifier Raker. Wonder what he was looking for in the quarantine zone.
Probably nothing good.
Read it and weep, losers. There ain't a single scam me and Groot haven't pulled off. You name it, we've done it.
If you're charged,
Alison.
it means you've been caught. You realize that, right?
Your point?
Armed robbery, murder. Who did you kill? Subject 89P13. Alias Rocket.
Wow. When Kree cops go bad, they really go bad.
Actually, an accuser is the equivalent of a judge, jury, and executioner. Wow, your record's a lot bigger than I expected.
How big were you expecting?
Minuscule.
Another guy from Earth.
I'm telling you, Quill, C-53 is the trail
Wendell Vaughn. Noise complaint, disorderly conduct, trespassing.
Fun fact, that bounty
Yondu.
Yondu put out is how me and Groot met Quill.
I'm just glad I talked you out of collecting it.
Who says you did?
Centauri 4.
I am unfamiliar with this Kree.
Jack
One of
Dell.
the nameless.
Oh, spooky.
Jack Dell. These are might be Easter eggs from the comics.
Alright, let's take a look.
Wow, super riveting, Quill. And to think we could still be reading my criminal record.
Please do not.
I was wondering how they knew about us.
Quill must have tripped the sensors on the way out.
Isn't that the mining rig from the quarantine zone?
Oh, great. Looks like your girlfriend was collecting evidence against us even after the two of you struck a deal.
Wait a minute. The mining rig looked like the one in the Halas Hope. Kind of.
I still do not understand how the Churchman's ship exploded. The Nova Corps is known for their security protocols.
It's called stupidity, Drax. Something the Buckethead's got a lot of.
Okay, personal flies.
Bucketheads.
Corel.
We already know your girlfriend works here, Quill.
So,
So-
it might have useful info or something.
Pam, pam, pam. Andromeda Galaxy, okay.
Agent of Thanos. Gamora, care to explain?
Not really. Except that it wasn't me.
Malik. I think this was Gamora's colleagues, if I remember correctly.
Check it out. Nikki's got a file.
Boring.
Cadet in training.
I have heard of this one. He was a good man.
Except good means scut when you're dead.
AWOL. Then who is running Nova Corps?
That's a good question.
Rank Prime. Status AWOL. Origin Earth.
She crashed into a Leviathan on purpose and is still a better pilot than Quill.
Hey!
What? You know it's true.
Kentaur.
Get to the
Audiologs.
juicy stuff already.
Okay.
Channeling your Nova Force.
A comprehensive guide to meditation
and managing your mental health.
Actually, I wouldn't mind a copy of that.
Pass.
Next.
Let me get this straight. She became a teapot? That's what my source said.
Amazing.
I hate you all.
What?
Well, that don't sound good.
The audio file must be corrupted.
The audio file and everything else in the galaxy.
Next.
Attention, away team. Please ensure your helmet cams are in full operation ahead of this afternoon's away mission into the quarantine zone. Thank you.
Just like Corel, everything by the book.
Yeah. Gotta be
What about
something in
video
here.
logs? Let's see what they saw.
Hey, wasn't that...
The mining ship we explored in the quarantine zone, yeah.
When's the footage from?
Signal stronger. We must be close.
How close?
Hard to say. There's too much interference.
Centurion Corral. Found something.
Hey! What are you doing?
She went in after we left.
Flark. That thing. You don't think.
It is the creature that devoured our monster.
Could have been a million things. I mean, it's restricted space for a reason.
I am Groot.
No, you're a Lotus Scud. That thing's got nothing to do with us.
Rocket. That gem Corel picked up? I know you recognize it. It's the one you shot.
You're saying this is my fault? Ha! That's real rich coming from you, Quill.
I'm just saying. We did this. We freed that... shadow thing.
Well, there's nothing we can do about it now.
Exactly.
And the Krill I know is a fighter. Maybe she made it out.
Yeah. Corell's tough. If anyone could survive that thing, it's her. I know it.
And what's this file? Nothing. Hello.
Guardians of the Galaxy. You misread our intentions.
No, you've made them pretty clear.
Sometimes sacrifices
I had to check.
Groot, write the stars.
Grand Unifier. Breaker. Right? First, let me just say it's really cool that you've heard of us, right, guys? And it's cool that you didn't try to kill us just then, especially with your two pals right there. Could have totally ripped us apart the moment you walked in, which we obviously all appreciate. But also, we've kind of got a few questions, like...
Where are Centurion Corell and her daughter? You came here seeking truth. Rejoice. The matriarch wishes to share it with you.
That's a big one.
That is really not cool.
What do you mean he's not picking up?
Come! The matriarch awaits.
I really hate that it starts to crackle when there is loud noises. That's something I can't do anything. Chapter 8, the matriarch. 3 hours.
What's wrong with the passport? Nothing. The pooch ain't picking up. So we're stuck here? Hey, at least the dumb skies let us keep our weapons.
They demonstrate their lack of fear.
After this cutscene I will stop.
Catathian warriors often ride.
And then we do look who can we raid.
Oh, it could be used as a distraction.
Yeah, no. Any other ideas?
Can you froth?
I can froth.
Can you twitch?
Yeah, I'm pretty twitchy.
Alright. On my cue, you drop, froth, and twitch. While they're all distracted, we take off down one of them side halls.
What about me?
You, well, you know, take one for the team.
I'm not gonna...
Walk with me.
Come on, Quill, just grab your chest and drop.
Find another plan. So, we meet...
Okay. No.
Jerk
Wrong
ass.
button. It's very beginning of the chapter, so... Check that, yes. So I know, but it's 3 hours. I will stop it currently here. Let's see. Anyone to raid? There is one. Wait a minute, I want switch to this. Okay, I will stop this game here. Thank you everybody for watching, and hope you have a nice weekend. I will continue this game probably tomorrow. No, wait. Yes, I will continue this game tomorrow. Thank you everybody for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.